Alright, so we're on ASA. ASA stands for angle, side, angle. Okay? So anytime you see the A, it's angle. Anytime you see the S, it's a side, right? So ASA is angle, side, angle. So, if two angles and the, we're going to say, included side of one triangle are congruent to two angles and the included side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So this time we have two congruent angles with arcs, and there's a tick mark and congruent side between them. So check this out. Angle A, angle F, those are congruent angles. Angle C, angle H, those are congruent angles. And between them is a congruent side. Okay? So if you follow along the edge, that's how you can tell what these are. I see angle, side, angle. A, S, A. Okay? Even over here, if you have numbers, so I got the right angle, that's an angle. Then I got a side, side, and then I got an angle. Okay? So again, angle, side, angle in that order. Okay? Along the edge. You're always going along the edge. So by the ASA postulate, ABC is congruent to FGH. And MON is congruent to KEY. Just like my third period class is full of monkeys. Oh. Sorry, they didn't have cool cats on this one. So, new year, old joke. Alright. So, let's look at these examples. Can the following be proven by ASA? Now, this first one, I see angles, but everybody sees this. There's no tick marks between them, so it's not ASA, right? You'd actually have to see the tick marks, okay? So, on this next one, what do I have to label when they're touching? Got to put a little tick mark there because they're touching. So this one is angle, side, angle. Okay, so this is a yes, because I see the arc, then the tick, then the arc. Angle, side, angle. Okay? Now let's see if this one also works on the interactive thing here. So I got angle, side, angle. Okay? Now let's see if this gives me the exact same triangle every time. So angle, side, angle gave me a triangle. Does the same exact angle, side, and angle give me the exact same triangle? Are these exactly the same? If I flip it, ta-da! So those are congruent. Angle, side, angle does work, okay? Now, so far, you're saying, you know, they're all going to work. Well, we'll get to the ones that might not work in a minute, okay? But ASA is solid. The next one right here is AAS, all right? Now, we're going to have a new word here. So if two angles and a non-included, meaning not between, right? So if two angles and a non-included side of one triangle are congruent to the corresponding parts of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Okay, so this is what it looks like. I got an angle, got another angle, and the side is out here. Does everyone see how the side is not between them this time? It's after it. So if you were going around the edge, it'd be angle, angle, side. Angle, angle, side. So ABC is congruent to triangle DEF. And let's look at these examples. Are these angle, angle, side? So right here I got angle, angle, side, angle, angle, side, So that one is a yes, right? I got angle, and then the angle, and then the side. Yes. But what about over here? So again, what do I label when they're touching? Tick mark. Is this angle, angle, side? If I'm going in order, this one's actually angle, side, angle. Okay, so the order matters. Angle, side, angle is not angle, angle, side. Okay, so again, just like yesterday, order matters. Very important. So let's try the angle, angle, side with the interactive thing. Angle, angle, side. So using angle, angle, side, I'm going to make these, let's see here. Okay, angle, angle, side makes that triangle. Will this make the exact same triangle? Okay, so let's see if this is exactly the same. Alright, so that's a yes. It makes the exact same triangle. AAS is also legit. Alright? Now, last one is HL. Now, I know no one would think of this crazy thing, okay? But so far, we've been using A's and S's and 3 letters, and inevitably someone says, Mr. G, what about angle, side, side? All right? Now, you don't need to spell it out, and you don't need to say it out loud. But angle, side, side would be a naughty word that we don't want to say, right? Right? Because we don't like to talk about donkeys and other weird animals like that, right? So, but here's the deal. Does angle, side, side work? Well, I'll tell you, it does work if it makes a right triangle, and guess what we call that? HL. Now, don't tell your friends to go to HL.
You used to teach us ASS instead of A without HL.
Well, but it doesn't work unless it's a right triangle. So I'm going to show you in a minute. Okay, so if you're wondering about that word, we'll get there. Okay, let's try HL though. Let's fill this in. If the blank and a blank. So H stands for hypotenuse, and L stands for leg. Okay, this is right triangle terminology. So if you got a hypotenuse and a leg of one triangle, and they're congruent to corresponding parts of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. Now I want you to look at this, because this is going to look like something it's not. Look right here. I got angle, side, side. Okay? Angle, side, side. That's bad. However, if it's a right triangle, it works, and we call it HL. So if you run into the angle, side, side of a right triangle, you call it HL, hypotenuse leg. So ABC is congruent to, in this case, DFE. The perpendicular sides are called the legs, and the opposite side of the right angle, okay? The side opposite the right angle is called the hypotenuse. Okay, now, let's explore angle, side, side, okay? Again, we know what it spells. We might want to write it if, you know, and guess what? I would let you write it if it worked. But let's see. Does angle, side, side actually work? All right? So here we go. Angle, side, side. All right, so here's my angle. Here's my side. And then here's my other side. They make a triangle, of course, right? Now here's the questions. Everyone zoomed in here. If I use the same angle and the same two sides, will it always work and give me the same exact triangle? So that's what we're going to find out right here, right now. So put this right here. And I'm going to put this right here. I'm going to try to put this right here. Now, watch. Okay? If I take that L and I put it right there, that would be the same triangle, correct? But if I keep going and going, and I drop it right there, angle, side, side can give me a different triangle. No matter how you flip it, it doesn't make the same triangle, right? Now I promise you, before your very eyes, I did this. Same angle, same side, same side. It does not always give you the same triangle. So if it does not work, then we cannot write it down, okay? The only time it works is if it's a right triangle, and that's when you call it HL, okay? So that's the reason we don't want to use SSA, no SSA, or backwards, no, okay? So neither way works. So here's the way you can remember that, okay? We don't want to say bad words in class, so no booty. All right? No booty. Can't use SSA. You can't use ASS. Oh my gosh, I spelled it out. Okay, you can't use it. Doesn't work. And I just showed you it doesn't work. Now, what about the last one? The last possibility is AAA. Okay? Now, AAA. Let's try this. Does angle, angle, angle work? So, this is hard. This one's always hard to make. Okay, angle, angle, angle makes a triangle, but do the same exact three angles make the same exact triangle. Let's find out. Okay, so is it exactly the same? It's the same shape, but it's a different size. So that is not congruent. So AAA is also a no, 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 okay? So here's how you can remember this one. If you're familiar with AA, Alcoholics Anonymous, you know, I hope you never have to go through that. And you'll never have to go there if you don't drink, especially at school. So guess what? No booze. All right? So no booty, no booze. That's how you can remember. Which ones can you not use? No SSA, or backwards, and no AAA. Okay? Those are no, 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 no. Okay? So which five actually worked? We go back to the very front page. SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, and it might look like SSA for a right triangle, but you call it HL, okay? So HL is the fifth one. Those are the only five you're allowed to use, because remember, SSA didn't work, AAA did not work, okay? Now, those are the notes. I'm going to let you work on the practice part, okay? Please remember, if they make an X, you need to label the angles. If they touch, you need to label the tick marks, okay? So I want you to try these 8, see if you can tell me which one is it. SSS, SAS, ASA, AAS, HL. Which one is it? And while you work, you're probably going to be your next favorite song in my class to play for you that you've been waiting all year for. All right? So go ahead and get started.